I hope everybody's doing good today. I hope you all had a fantastic week and an even better weekend coming up, alright? Okay, so I've had these thoughts for quite a while. I made a couple other vids, but I haven't posted them. And so I'll go more into depth with this one. Our level of consciousness, if you are kind of sad and depressed about all the stuff that we're waking up to and you haven't dealt with it and you haven't accepted it, just push stop now. Just push stop. Okay, for those of you that have accepted it and we know nothing and we are continuing to learn, keep listening. Okay, next level of consciousness. I may have reached it by accident, maybe others have reached it. You might actually think that I've completely lost my mind, and you may not even understand what the hell I'm talking about. Okay. I was on my couch, and I was sitting with a couple of friends, and one of my friends said, well, my food does scream and bleed, and I don't give a fuck, because we were having a conversation of, you know, slaughtering animals. And I'm like, yeah, but you have to have a heart. Like, you gotta be able to think and see that animals bleed and scream and blah blah blah. And he says, yeah, but you're killing plants and you're eating them. And all of us always just like brush it off and be like, oh, come on, it's different, it's different. But what if it's not different? You know? Just because we can't hear them scream doesn't mean it's not happening. All these years I grew up thinking that eating animals was the way to go. I never heard them scream, but they were screaming. I never seen them bleed, but they were bleeding. These plants, just because you can't hear them bleed or see them bleed and you can't hear them scream, doesn't mean they're not. It just means that you might be on a different level to hear and see that. And I think that, you know, if you find fruit and it fell on the ground, maybe then it would be okay. But if you're pulling the fruit off the tree, that's when it starts to die. I believe some fruit might start to perish while it's on the tree. Same with veggies. If you're pulling them out of the ground, you're depriving it of its life, therefore killing it. You know, if you cut it, you know, there's that milky substance that comes out. We don't know, you know, that's still hurting them, still killing them. That's bleeding. And it's just like you cut a blade of grass, right? You just cut a piece of grass. You don't smell it. You don't notice it. But if you cut the whole lawn, you can smell that death. You can see it. You can't hear one leaf on a tree blowing in the wind. But if you have a tree full of leaves with wind going on it like crazy, you can hear that. You can hear those leaves. You know, when they're together, you can hear them. They're loud when they're together, but when they're by themselves, you can't hear them. And then I was sent an article by a brother on Instagram. His name is Vegan PF3. I can't remember. It's Vegan Phoenix, but there's like a 3 in there or something. Vegan Phoenix. And I started reading this. It's called Why Do We Age? By Hilton Hotima. And I'm only on page 5, and it gets that open mind of yours thinking even more. I want to elaborate on it. I think that if you have an open mind and you want to read about it, you should. It'll make and change your aspect of thinking about food in a whole different way. Whole different way. There's 386 pages to this. I'm only on page 5 and it's like, pow, right in the kisser. But it's very